Good morning and a very warm welcome. You're watching Janata Television and this is the English Bulletin with me, Sushant Dhakal. The top stories first. NCP office bearers hold an official meeting yesterday. Leaders to urge PM Oli to call secretariat meeting. Death toll from coronavirus climbs to 1,070 in Nepal. Active cases drop to 34,000. Legal practitioners demand free treatment of coronavirus, warn the government to refund the patients. Biden approaches US election victory, Trump presses unfounded fraud claims. And the Sunrisers defeat Royal Challengers in IPL, face a final playoff against Capitals on Sunday. And now the news in detail. An unofficial meeting of Nepal Communist Party leaders yesterday urged Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli to convene the party's secretariat meeting to resolve the internal dispute. The unofficial meeting was chaired by Executive Chairman of NCP, Pushpa Kamal Dahal, at the party headquarters in Dumbarai. Leaders present in the meeting were unanimous in demanding the secretariat meeting. NCP spokesperson Naren Kaji Shrestha informed that although Executive Chairman Dahal enjoys the right to call the secretariat meeting, the leaders urged him to take PM Oli in confidence to forge an understanding among the top two leaders. Shrestha said that 5 secretariat members of the party, including Dahal, are planning to meet PM Oli today and request him to call the meeting.
पार्टी एकतालाई जोगाएर अगाडि बढ्न सकभर सहमतिकै आधारमा बैठक बोलाउन उपयुक्त हुने कुरालाई दृष्टिगत गर्दै अध्यक्ष कमरेड प्रचण्ड सहित हामी 5 जना सचिवालयको सदस्य कमरेडहरूले भोलि अध्यक्ष कमरेड केपी शर्मा ओलीलाई सहमतिको आधारमा बैठक छिटोभन्दा छिटो बस्ने अनुरोध गर्ने निर्णय गरेका छौं.
Spokesperson Shrestha said that Oli and his accomplices did not attend yesterday's unofficial meeting despite being informed on time due to his busy schedule. Executive Chairman Dahal, Vice President Bamdev Gautam, senior leaders Charanath Khanal and Madhav Kumar Nepal, and party spokesperson Shrestha had attended yesterday's meeting. Indian Army Chief Manoj Mukund Narvane wrapped up his 3-day official visit to Nepal yesterday and returned home. Lieutenant General Prabhu Ram Sharma bade farewell to the visiting Army Chief at the Tribhuvan International Airport yesterday. According to the Directorate of Public Relations of the Nepalese Army, Narvane took a mountain flight on the final day of his visit to Nepal. He toured the Everest region and viewed the mountains in an Army helicopter, DPR said in a statement. He then toured the Army's Staff College in Sivapuri. Before leaving to his country, he held a meeting with his Nepali counterpart, Purna Chandra Thapa, and assured of cooperation between the two armies. He also pledged for more high-level visits and trainings between the Nepalese Army and the Indian Army. The visit is expected to strengthen the military ties between the two countries. The death toll from coronavirus has climbed to 1,070 in Nepal following the confirmation of 18 new deaths across the country. Health authorities informed that the disease has infected a total of 188,883 people in the country so far. The government yesterday confirmed 2,909 new cases of coronavirus during the latest round of tests. According to the Health Ministry, 152,908 patients have recovered from the disease, while the number of active cases has slightly dropped to 34,905 from the overnight tally of 36,514. Nepal is currently among the top 34 countries that have been most affected by the pandemic. Legal practitioners continue to claim that the government should reimburse public with the money they spent during their coronavirus treatment. Advocate Lokendra Oli, who had filed a court case against the government's decision to not get involved in the treatment of corona infection, said that the government should refund everyone with their treatment cost, as the Supreme Court has also ordered to do so. Advocate Oli added that the Constitution recognizes all forms of pandemic treatment as a basic right of the people, and therefore the government must act on it. Oli also said that it would be confirmed that the government has been working against the Constitution, as it has been charging medical fees, including that for PCR tests, from the citizens since October 30th.
अदालतले आदेश असोजको 15 गते दियो शुल्क नलिनु भनेर त्यसपछि पनि सरकारले एवं प्रकारले लिइराखेका छ। अहिले पनि जानुभयो भने कोही मान्छेहरुको पनि निशुल्क भइराखेका छैन। सब मान्छेहरुले 2200 2400 2000 तिरेर पीसीआर परीक्षण गरेका छन्। मौलिक हकलाई कार्यान्वयन गर्नका लागि खास गरेर हेर्नुस् कोही मान्छेहरु अदालत जानु नपर्ने हो।
The Supreme Court had earlier quashed the review petition by the government regarding the payment of the treatment cost. Another advocate, Chandrakanta Gyawali, added that from now on the government must make treatment and testing of coronavirus completely free. Gyawali said if the government does not agree to the court's decision, it will have to face contempt of court case. The National Reconstruction Authority (NRA) has set a new deadline for receiving grants for private housing reconstruction. The meeting of the Executive Committee of the NRA on Friday took a decision to this effect. According to the new deadline, the existing reconstruction and retrofitting beneficiaries will have to sign the grant agreement by mid-November and collect the first installment by December 30th. Similarly, all the beneficiaries who have already acquired the first installment will have to start the construction of their houses and apply for the certification at the concerned local level by mid-January to get the second installment. The final installment can be claimed after providing the certification to the local level by 2021 April. Deputy spokesperson of the authority, Manohar Ghimire, said since the authority's term will end by the same time, all settlements must be claimed before April. The NRA has also requested the beneficiaries who want to demolish their old house and rebuild a new house to apply to the concerned district project implementation unit as soon as possible. And now the news from the economic front. The Dairy Development Corporation (DDC) has claimed that there are no issues with any of its products. General Manager of DDC, Rajendra Prasad Paudel, said that there was no truth in the propaganda that inedible items were found in DDC's butter and ghee and the expiration date had also passed. The corporation has claimed that there are no adulterations in its products after it completed a 20-day sample analysis. The corporation informed that it started the production of milk products which have longer shelf life to offset the losses incurred by milk farmers during the lockdown when milk and milk products were not being sold. The corporation claims its storage facility is a modern setup with no scientific reason for the products to lose their integrity. Paudel also mentioned that many internal audits are conducted within the corporation time and again, with the highest priority given to the quality of products. During the market monitoring conducted by the Kathmandu Metropolitan City on September 12, it was found that the expiration date of more than 194,000 kilograms of butter had crossed its limit at the DDC's Balaju factory. Welcome back, and now the international news. Democrat Joe Biden edged closer to winning the White House yesterday, expanding his narrow leads over U.S. President Donald Trump in the battleground states of Pennsylvania, Georgia, Reuters reported. According to the news agency, the Republicans sought to raise $60 million to fund lawsuits challenging the results. Trump remained defiant, vowing to press unfounded claims of fraud as a wary, anxious nation awaited for clarity in an election that only intensified the country's deep polarization. On the fourth day of vote counting, former Vice President Biden had a 253 to 214 lead in the state-by-state electoral college vote that determines the winner, according to Edison Research. Securing Pennsylvania's 20 electoral votes would put Biden over the 270 he needs to win the presidency after a political career stretching back nearly 5 decades. Biden would also win if he prevails in 2 of the 3 other key states where he was narrowly ahead on Friday. Georgia, Arizona, and Nevada, like Pennsylvania, all 3 were still processing ballots on Friday. Nationwide, Biden led Trump by 4.1 million votes out of a record 147 million cast. However, this lead was much smaller in those 4 contested states, just 84,670 votes out of more than 16 million cast. In Georgia, he led by a mere 3,974 votes. India's top military commander said yesterday that a tense border standoff with Chinese forces in the western Himalayas could spark a larger conflict. According to Reuters, the remarks came even as senior commanders from both sides met near the front line for the 8th round of talks. Chief of Defence Staff Bipin Rawat said the situation was tense at the line of actual control, the de facto border in eastern Ladakh, where thousands of Indian and Chinese troops are locked in a months-long confrontation. We will not accept any shifting of line of actual control, Rawat said in an online address. In an overall security calculus, border confrontations, transgressions and unprovoked tactical military actions spiraling into a larger conflict cannot therefore be discounted, he said. Brutal hand-to-hand combat in June left 20 Indian and an undisclosed number of Chinese soldiers dead, escalating tensions in the border area. Both sides have since attempted to ease the situation through diplomatic and military channels, but have made little headway, leaving soldiers facing off in sub-zero temperatures in Ladakh's snow deserts. You're watching Janata Bulletin, and now the latest from the world of sports. Sunrisers Hyderabad defeated Royal Challengers Bangalore in the second playoff match of the Indian Premier League. The win takes Sunrisers Hyderabad to the final playoff match, which they will play against Delhi Capitals on Sunday. Earlier, Sunrisers had won the toss and decided to bowl first at the Sheikh Zayed Stadium. Put into bat first, Royal Challengers Bangalore lost their charismatic captain Virat Kohli in the second over of the game and never really looked challenging after that. AB de Villiers 56 and Aaron Finch 32 steadied the innings for the Challengers, but the innings collapsed and they managed to only score 131 runs in the allotted 20 overs. In reply, Sunrisers Hyderabad struggled to get their innings together. At one point, they were reduced to 67 for 4 in the 11th over. However, Kiwi Kane Williamson and West Indian Jason Holder helped take the Sunrisers over the line with 2 balls to spare. Mumbai Indians await the winner of tomorrow's match in the final of the Indian Premier League 2020. We are at the end of Janata Bulletin, and the headlines once again. NCP office bearers hold unofficial meeting yesterday. Leaders to urge PM Oli to call Secretariat meeting. Death toll from coronavirus climbs to 1,070 in Nepal. Active cases drop to 34,000. Legal practitioners demand free treatment for coronavirus, warn the government to refund the patients. Biden approaches US election victory, Trump presses unfounded fraud claims. And Sunrisers defeat Royal Challengers in IPL, face a playoff final against Capitals on Sunday. And that's all from the English News Desk for today. You can follow Janata Television and our programs on various social media platforms, including on our website janatasamachar.com. Keep watching Janata Television. Namaste.